Hello, my name is Bethany Spengler, and this is my virtual proposal defense for my thesis titled The Evolution of Education as a Result of COVID-19. While not all forms of education were affected by the pandemic, social and emotional trauma has occurred due to the lack of preparation of in-person school entities and teachers being unrehearsed on how to teach online. Once comfortable emergency procedures are now outdated, leaving administrators and communities overwhelmed in planning for the what if. I will be conducting this study at Conemaugh Township Area High School, which is a rural school district located in southwestern Pennsylvania. The district qualifies for many grants from the state and federal government. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought forth many challenges in education. Often, electives were not prioritized, and many teachers were not properly rehearsed on how to teach their subject virtually. Chapter 1 discusses the background, context, and theoretical framework of the problem, that a one-size-fits-all approach to virtual education does not work. The purpose of this study is to reflect on the former methods of the COVID-19 pandemic and observe the adjustments that are required of a school system to ensure that the mental health of both students and educators are taken into consideration when formatting curriculums and learning styles. My research question is, although attention was given to the teaching of art and other subjects virtually, what implications have occurred to support our students and educators socially and emotionally in education, and what can we do in the future to support them? With the shift and growth of virtual education, I'm curious how educators from brick and mortar schools can adjust their in-person ways to teach quality virtual lessons. My thesis research is relevant as virtual education is only continuing to grow. It is also addressing the issue of teaching virtual electives, explicitly focusing on art education. This study also brings up the topic of mental health, which is relevant because of the rapid decline among teens and adults combined. With every research study comes limitations. In this case, I am at a small school district with little to no diversity among educators and students. The researcher, me, is also the only art teacher in the district, which serves as a biased opinion on experience and content related to art as an elective. In Chapter 2, my literature review includes discussing the role of students and educators in public education, the details of blended learning, which is a combination of teaching both in person and virtually, the roles that a classroom culture plays in day-to-day learning environments, and the benefit of elective subjects and how virtual learning can affect them. Chapter 3 of my thesis research includes a discussion of research methodology and design. My plan is to conduct research that includes collecting data about mental health and observing social and score changes between students and educators using a pre- and post-assessment. I will begin by giving a general happiness survey to students in grades 9 through 12 and at least one teacher from every content area. I will also be paralleling data from art students versus non-art students to assess and see if art students are happier than those who do not take art. I am also planning to conduct random interviews of both students and educators to gather insight into our school's social environment. I will be utilizing the Google platform for communication and surveys, along with written down interview feedback. Upon the completion of the post-assessment, I will organize my results into different matching categories, which will then be combined and compared to subsequent literature and personal testimonies. The validity of the study includes the expectation that students and educators involve themselves in therapeutic exercises and mental health initiatives. I plan to enforce the help of our school's counseling program to provide resources for both students and teachers to use before their post-assessment. I hope that through this research, school systems can gain better insight and knowledge on the mental health of both students and teachers. It is also my hope that this research can help combat teacher burnout, bring light to the effectiveness of art education and electives in general, taught both in person and virtually, and create programs to assist in both student and teacher mental health. I am expecting to find that mental health has been on a decline since the COVID-19 pandemic, and that through positive interventions, coping mechanisms, and open conversation, mental health and well-being can be improved for both students and teachers. I also hope to validate the importance that elective subjects have on students' mental health and well-being, along with the value of coping mechanisms for educators. Thank you for your time. This has been a thesis defense presentation.